Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got 100 questions for you about TV shows and theme songs. So let's wander into some old-time TV nostalgia, see what we know, what we remember, and have a little fun in the process, shall we? Let's start with question number 1. Which popular show first aired in 1949 and the iconic William Tell Overture was its theme as a horse raced across the screen? Was that the Lone Ranger? Was it Batman? Or was it Howdy Doody? Dun-dun, 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 dun, dun. Hi-yo Silver! It was the Lone Ranger. Which 1950s television show's theme lyrics included "You'll meet the highbrow and the hipster, the starlet and the phony tipster, Bonanza, The Twilight Zone, or 77 Sunset Strip"? That show was 77 Sunset Strip. The children's show Sesame Street theme song starts with "Sunny Day," "Sweeping the Clouds Away," "Can You Get Me to Sesame Street," with Elmo, Bert, and Ernie. Sesame Street's song, "Sunny Day, Sweeping the Clouds Away." I love that. Welcome Back, Kotter, 1970s ABC television show's theme song, was sung by which band? Bob Dylan and the Band, The Lovin' Spoonful, or the Grateful Dead? Welcome Back, Kotter's theme song was sung by the Lovin' Spoonful. Which television network was introduced in 1981 and its original theme song was called "Man on the Moon"? Warner Brothers Television, ABC, or MTV? And that television network was MTV. What 1990s show's theme song was called "Falling" and written in just 20 minutes? Twin Peaks, ER, or The King of Queens? And that was the theme to Twin Peaks. True or false? The first theme songs for television shows were actually meant to be the first commercials to advertise the show and specific sponsors. Is that true or is that false? And that is true. What is the title of the theme song of the iconic game show Jeopardy? Is the title Answer, Questioning, or Think? Doom, 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 doom. And that would be Think. Which show had a 4-note theme song that went into a narrator monologue stating, "You're traveling through another dimension"? Is that The X-Files, The Twilight Zone, or was that Star Trek? The Twilight Zone. Fill in the blank. Starting in the 1960s, Mr. Rogers would sing to his viewers, "Won't you be my friend, neighbor, or pal? Won't you be my neighbor?" What television show's theme was "Making Our Dreams Come True" and was a spin-off of Happy Days? I Dream of Jeannie, Laverne and Shirley, or All in the Family? And that was Laverne and Shirley. Which 1990s hit show was known for its comedic cold opens and playful bass theme? Friends, Curb Your Enthusiasm, or was it Seinfeld? And that show was Seinfeld. Which show first aired in 1989 and still has new episodes today with its recognizable theme by composer Danny Elfman? South Park, The Simpsons, or American Dad? And that would be The Simpsons. Which group sang the Friends theme song, I'll Be There For You? Is that the Rembrandts, Hootie and the Blowfish, or Weezer? And that would be the Rembrandts. Which is the longest running football sports program in the world? Was first broadcast in the UK and has a very recognizable percussion theme. ESPN, ITV Sport, or Match of the Day? And that would be Match of the Day. In what decade did theme songs get shorter due to the invention of remote controls? The 1980s, the 1970s, or the 1960s? And that decade was the 1980s. 1950s Western show Have Gun Will Travel's theme song was The Ballad of, was it the Battle of the Old West, the Ballad of Cowboys, or the Battle of Paladin? That's the Ballad of Paladin. Which family-based 1970s television show is known for showing the characters looking at each other in different frames on the screen? Happy Days, The Brady Bunch, or The Waltons? And that show was The Brady Bunch. Finish the theme of Three's Company. Come and knock on our door. We're here to stay. We've been waiting for you, or come say hello. We've been waiting for you. What is the title of the theme song from the 1980s sitcom Cheers? Everywhere You Look, Thank You for Being a Friend, or Where Everybody Knows Your Name? Where Everybody Knows Your Name. What show starts their theme with In West Philadelphia, Born and Raised? Is that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Sopranos, or the Jeffersons? That is the theme to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. British spy series Danger Man used what theme song by Johnny Rivers for the American broadcast of the series in the 1960s? Secret Agent Man, Spy Man, or Sleuther Man? And that theme was Secret Agent Man. 1940s children's show Howdy Doody started with, Say kids, what time is it? It's Howdy Doody time, it's time for fun, or Howdy Doody is here. And that would be, it's Howdy Doody time. What was the name of the theme from the 1950s dance television program American Bandstand? Hand Jive, Boogie Down Bandstand, or Bandstand Boogie? The theme of that show was Bandstand Boogie. The 1969 Scooby-Doo theme song was titled Scooby-Doo. Is it Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Scooby-Doo, We Found You, or Scooby-Doo, We Caught You? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? The Mary Tyler Moore Show sitcom ran from 1970 to 1977, and the theme song was called Love Is All Around, Love Is On Its Way, or All You Need Is Love. Love is all around. The theme song for The Golden Girls, 1985 to 1992, performed by Cindy Fee is it called Golden Girl, With a Little Help from My Friends, or Thank You for Being a Friend? That theme was Thank You for Being a Friend. What was the first television show to use popular music during an episode during the late 1960s? The Prisoner, Doctor Who, or Z-Cars? And that would be The Prisoner. What is the title of the first ever television drama that premiered in 1928? The Queen's Messenger, Toast to the Town, or Talent Scouts? And that was The Queen's Messenger. In 1955, the Mickey Mouse Club variety show premiered. What was the name of the characters who performed on the show? Were they the Mickey's Mites, the Mouseketeers, or the Mousemen? They were the Mouseketeers. Which 1960s sitcom's theme song was instrumental but secretly had lyrics that weren't commonly known? The Dick Van Dyke Show, The Andy Griffith Show, or Green Acres? The show was The Dick Van Dyke Show. What 1970s sitcom was known for addressing important social issues and was based on the BBC's Till Death Do Us Part? Was it All in the Family, Three's Company, or Maude? And that show was All in the Family. Which 1980s television show advertised itself as the comedy that works overtime? Was it 9 to 5, Family Ties, or Married with Children? The comedy that works overtime, 9 to 5. What British band sang the classic Woke Up This Morning theme for The Sopranos? Supergrass, The Verve, or Alabama 3? And that group was Alabama 3. T-Sop, The Sound of Philadelphia, the theme for show Soul Train, was the first television show theme song to be, was it played live every episode, played on the radio, or to reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100? It was the first to reach the number 1 on Billboard Hot 100. The longest running reality show, Survivor, has an instrumental theme song called, is it Staying Alive, Ancient Voices, or Surviving? Survivor's instrumental theme song is called Ancient Voices. True or false? The 1940s variety show Texaco Star Theater received its name because it was originally sponsored by the oil brand Texaco. True or false? And that is true. How did the title sequence of the 1950s show Bonanza start? Welcome to Ponderosa, a true bonanza, a motherlode of remembrance. And the title sequence started with Welcome to Ponderosa. What television theme song is known for its iconic snapping of fingers in between lyrics? My Favorite Martian, The Addams Family, or Days of Our Lives? The Addams Family. Suicide is Painless is the original title for which military-based television show? Tour of Duty, MASH, or The West Point Story? And that's the original title for the show, MASH. What instrumental TV theme song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1985 and was the last instrumental to achieve this until 2013. The $6 Million Man theme, the Law and Order theme, or the Miami Vice theme. That would be the Miami Vice theme. What was the name of the 1980s television show that was a spin-off of Beverly Hills 90210? Was it Melrose Place, Baywatch, or Hill Street Blues? And that show was Melrose Place. What year did television ratings drop for the first time since its inception? 1980, 1965, or 1977? And the year was 1977. Fill in the blank. The hidden camera reality television series Candid Camera theme is called blank. You're on Candid Camera. Look, you're on Candid Camera. Smile, you're on Candid Camera. Or was it say cheese, you're on Candid Camera? Smile, you're on Candid Camera. What 1950s show instrumental theme song is known for its recognizable jazz arrangement by Henry Mancini? Dragnet, Peter Gunn, or Rawhide? And that show is Peter Gunn. What BBC television show premiered in 1963 and had an eerie, futuristic original theme song made from clanging metal? Doctor Who, Dixon of Dock Green, or The Avengers? Doctor Who. What three channels were in the UK during the 1970s? BBC One, BBC Two, and the third one was it ITV, ABC, or CTV? That third channel was ITV. The drama series Baywatch theme song lyrics were I'll be ready forever and always. Is it I won't let you go? Baywatch is here, or I'm always here? I'm always here. Which of the following shows does not have a theme song? Prison Break, Lost, or The Wire? The show without a theme song from this list is Lost. British sketch comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus theme song title is it High Wire, Crossroads, or The Liberty Bell? And Monty Python's Flying Circus theme is The Liberty Bell. The 1970s sitcom The Jeffersons theme song lyrics are, well, we're moving on up. Does that complete with to the Jeffersons house, to the east side, or in got a new place? We're moving on up to the east side. True or false? EastEnders actress Anita Dobson also sang the original theme song for the show in 1986. Is that true or is that false? And that is true. The 1980s sitcom Full House theme song was it called Good Old Days, I'll Be There For You, or Everywhere You Look? Full House's theme song was Everywhere You Look. Why were television show theme songs shortened in the 1980s? To avoid viewers changing the channel if it was too long? Polls showed viewers didn't like most theme songs, or gave more time for commercials. They were shortened because viewers would change the channel if the theme song was too long. What game show started in 1972 with host Bob Barker telling contestants to come on down? The Price is Right, Jeopardy, or Family Feud? Come on down, The Price is Right. What television show ran for 20 seasons but was originally a radio show called Gun Law? Was that Bonanza, The Rifleman, or was that Gunsmoke? That radio show was Gunsmoke. Or I should say, television show was Gunsmoke. True or false? Children's show Sesame Street was created purely for entertainment purpose for kids at home. Is that true or is that false? Purely for entertainment purposes. False. It was created for educational purposes for disadvantaged children. The Dukes of Hazzard theme song lyrics were just two good old boys. Called the Dukes of Hazzard, never meanin' no harm, loved by our mamas. Just two good old boys, never meanin' no harm. What was the name of the Scottish detective show with the theme song No Mean City and ran for 27 seasons? Taggart, Sherlock, or Midsummer Murders? Taggart. Late 90s drama Dawson's Creek theme song, I Don't Want to Wait lyrics are, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over, or open up your morning light, or Dawson Creek is open late. For our lives to be over. In what decade were theme songs no longer commercials? The 1970s, the 1950s, or the 1960s? That would be the 1950s. What was the first dating show to air on television in 1965 and hosted by Jim Lange? The Bachelor, The Dating Game, or Love Connection? In 1965, that would be The Dating Game. Milton Berle of The Milton Berle Show was referred to as, was he the Silver Screen Man, Mr. Tube, or Mr. Television? Milton Berle was known as Mr. Television. What was the flagship BBC sports program that ran for 49 years? Sports Center, Grandstand, or Sports Day? That BBC sports program was Grandstand. The sitcom I Dream of Jeannie theme song lyrics were, she smiles, presto the rain goes, she blinks. Is it the cool wind blows? Up comes the rainbows? Or everybody knows? Up come the rainbows. What 1970s sitcom's theme song was titled, Come On, Get Happy? The Odd Couple, Good Times, or The Partridge Family? And that would be The Partridge Family. What BBC sci-fi show premiered in 1988, had 74 episodes, and had a cult following? Only Fools and Horses, Red Dwarf, or Star Trek? And that was Red Dwarf. True or false? Kelsey Grammer, the star of the television show Frasier, sang the closing theme himself and was called Tossed Salad and Scrambled Eggs. And that's true. He sang it himself. What was one of the first television shows to be on film instead of being live broadcast? I Love Lucy, American Bandstand, or The Ed Sullivan Show? And that was I Love Lucy. What was the first musical television special that aired on the Dumont Network? Beauty and the Beast, The Boys from Boise, or Guys and Dolls? The first musical television special that aired on the Dumont Network was The Boys from Boise. What 1950s British television series was shot on film and fades out at specific points so the US could add commercials to the slots? The Adventures of Robin Hood, Leave It to Beaver, or Cracker Jack? And that show was The Adventures of Robin Hood. What was the first color television program broadcast in the U.S. by CBS in 1951? Howdy Doody, The World Is Yours, or was it The Donna Reed Show? The first color television show by CBS was The World Is Yours. What was the premise of the BBC show Jukebox Jury from 1959 to 1967? Dating game at a bar, court television show, or celebrities judging new songs? It was celebrities judging new songs. The theme song lyrics for the 1960s animated sitcom The Flintstones are, they're the modern Stone Age family from the town of Bedrock, Rock Bottom, or Bikini Bottom? Bedrock. Yabba dabba doo. What CBS soap opera ran for 13 seasons and was about feuding families in a U.S. southern state? Was it Dallas, Houston, or Austin? And that was Dallas. Which show ran from 1988 to 1993 and used Joe Cocker's With a Little Help from My Friends? The Wonder Years, Silver Spoons, or Roseanne? And that was The Wonder Years. What Frank Sinatra song was used as a theme for the 1990s sitcom Married with Children? That's Life, This Love of Mine, Love and Marriage. Love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. What was the first made-for-television sports league in the United States? Major League Baseball, the National Football League, or the National Hockey League? The first made-for-television sports league in the United States, the National Football League. Which British game show originally aired on ATV and was picked up by CBS in the United States in the 1950s? Name that tune, the $64,000 question, or What's My Line? The $64,000 question. I don't know what that is in pounds. The Andy Griffith Show theme song lyrics are, well now take down your fishing pole and meet me at, is it the fishing hole, the watering hole, or Andy's house? Well, now take down your fishing pole and let's go down to the fishing hole. What comedy group created the British comedy Fawlty Towers, known as one of the best British comedies of all time? Little Britain, The League of Gentlemen, or Monty Python? That would be Monty Python. When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gives out a warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time, are the opening lyrics to which sitcom? The King of Queens, Saved by the Bell, or Boy Meets World? And those are the lyrics to Saved by the Bell. Which show is the first television miniseries in the U.S.? First airing in 1977 on ABC. Roots, The Thornbirds, or Shogun? And that show is Roots. True or false? On the television show I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball was the first woman to be pregnant on one out of the 3 main television networks. Is that true or is that false? And that is true. What 1960s British science fiction series was created using marionette puppetry? Spitting Image, Howdy Doody, or Thunderbirds? And that would be Thunderbirds. What was the name of the theme song for the British series The Adventures of Black Beauty? Horsing Around, Galloping Home, or Neighing About Black Beauty? And that would be Galloping Home. British drama Only Fools and Horses theme song lyrics are: Stick a pony in me pocket, Why do only fools and horses work? Then brother, I'm your man, or I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. What language are the words in the title sequence in 1990's British sitcom Mr. Bean? Latin, French, or Italian? That would be Latin. What U.S. sitcom was set at a prisoner of war camp in Nazi Germany during World War II? McHale's Navy, Hogan's Heroes, or Airwolf? And that was Hogan's Heroes. What was the name of the British children's variety show that was shot in front of a live audience? The Mighty Mouse Playhouse, Andy Pandy, or Cracker Jack? That show was Cracker Jack. What was the theme from the 1960s and 70s television spy series Mission Impossible originally going to be called? Secret Spy, Impossible Missions Force, or Burning Fuse? Originally it was going to be called Burning Fuse. British spy show Poirot's theme song, The Belgian Detective, is performed with what type of instrument? A trumpet, a saxophone, or a clarinet? It's performed with a saxophone. What genre of music is the Are Ya Being Served theme song? Dubstep, musique concrète, or classical instrumental? And that would be musique concrète. Composer John Williams created themes for many movies, including Star Wars and Indiana Jones. But what televised sports competition did he create the theme for? The Masters, the Olympic Games, or Monday Night Football? The Olympics. Fill in the lyrics to the sitcom Gilligan's Island. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale. A tale of a fateful trip, a tale of the wild island, or about a sailing man? A tale of a fateful trip. How many different versions of soap opera Neighbors theme songs are there since it premiered in 1985? 3, 6, or 9? Of the soap opera Neighbors. How many different versions of that song are there? There are 9 versions of that song. Which 90s show theme song is actually a different variation of the same song every episode? Sex and the City, Seinfeld, or Will and Grace? Seinfeld. What artist sang the theme song for the 1980s children's show Pee-wee's Playhouse? Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, or Kate Bush? What artist sang the theme song for this show? You got it. Cyndi Lauper. What 1970s sitcom famously sang the days of the week during its theme song? Happy Days, Days of Our Lives, or One Day at a Time? And that would be Happy Days. And question 100. What female rock band sang the theme song for a sitcom The Drew Carey Show and appeared on an episode of the show? The Bengals, the Go-Go's, or was it Blondie? It was the Go-Go's. And that's it. That's all I've got for now. That's 100 questions. Thank you for playing Quiz Time. Don't forget to drop your score in the comments, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss Quiz Time when we come out with a new episode. Thanks for playing, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.